So I have kind of a story time, just kind of like experience, I guess, that I want to share with you guys. More than one experience, just like having experience in this, if that makes sense. So I want to talk about how like the energy shifts when you listen to certain music, like straight up energy shift. Okay, straight up energy shift. One of my struggles in my walk with Jesus is listening to secular music or listening to like certain music. So, like over the years, I've cut out listening to like certain music that I feel like is like low vibes, I guess you could say, since we're talking about energy. But in reality, those low vibes is actually like demonic stuff that's attached to certain music. And you guys could even listen to some of these artists. They'll literally admit that, that's what it is. But not all of them do that. So we have to be careful with what we listen to because you're allowing certain things in. But the whole energy shift thing, I've realized this a lot actually. Like when I listen to certain music, my mind is like hypnotized. So if we're listening to something that has to do with like, I don't know, like getting with a bunch of people and only caring about money and drugs and this and that, you're like rewiring your brain in a sense to want to go after that in your everyday life. Because have you ever listened to a song and then later on, maybe you're trying to go to sleep, it's like you hear that song in your head? Like that's how much power that song has, is that it's still ringing in your ears after you listen to it, or like throughout your day you're singing it. So like it was so crazy because I was at the gym and I was listening to music. It wasn't like bad music. It wasn't straight up Christian music though, but it wasn't like horrible music. So it's like, but at the same time, if you're already having like mental issues, like maybe depression is trying to attack you or fear or anxiety, then it's really hard to overcome that when you're not listening to music that has to do with God, right? Because if you're listening to all these other things, it doesn't matter, even if it's a little bit bad and it's not whatever, you know what I'm saying? It'll still allow room for the enemy to attack you in a sense, right? Because there's power in those words. I hope that makes sense. I remember today though, I was listening to, yeah, that music, and then I just basically changed my mind. I was like, I'm done listening to that. I want to listen to just Christian music because I'm tired of the games. Lately, I've been tired of the games, right? So as soon as I was like, I'm done playing around, I don't care, even if it's not that bad of a song, it's still not putting me in the right mindset that I need to be. So as soon as I listened to the Christian music and I made it up in my head that I'm just going to be focusing on God, the energy shifted. I kid you not. I had already been working out for a while, but as soon as I did this, I seen people starting to look at me and just like stare for a longer amount of time, right? And I wasn't doing anything or wearing anything crazy. I was wearing this. And like people will just stare at you. Like every single person in the entire gym will literally look, and it's not just like a quick look. It's like they look for a long time and then they look away and then they look for a long time. So I've realized that I paid attention to it. When I first got there for the first half of my workout, listening to whatever type of music, not really much attention. And then as soon as I, am like fully with God. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully with God. I'm listening to this Christian, it's like Christian R&B or like Christian rap or hip hop or whatever. And I'm just getting hyped up. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Hey, I'm saved. I'm favored. This and that. Like, I know who I am and I'm more motivated and my mindset is right. It's like the energy shifts. Nothing about my physical appearance really changes, although sometimes, when you are with God, your physical appearance does change, but nothing too crazy happened other than that energy shift. So, the way I did that, the energy shift. So, energy, basically evil spirits or good spirits, spirits that are attached to certain songs, all of that. Also, just a PSA. Is that the right thing to say? PSA. Not all Christian or songs that talk about God are, you know, really godly or really Christian. Sometimes there could still be things attached to that, like pride or lust or whatever the case is. So always pray about the music you're listening to. Pray that God, you know, gives you more discernment in those areas. And yeah, that's my story. Yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.